And speaking of other innovators, I believe our next presenters are on the line. Welcome, Austin and Nathaniel, to the Global Innovation Field Trip. Where are you joining us from?
We're here in Ontario.
Me too. So I must have seen you because it's not that big a place, right? Just kidding. Well, we're so looking forward to learning a bit more about Polyvent today. So why don't I hand it over to you to start telling us about your invention?
All right. So my name is Nathaniel Bechard, and me and my friend Austin here were the main prototypers for an international ventilator design team called Polyvent. So
I'm Austin. I'm born and raised in Ottawa. Nathaniel was born in Montreal. So the Polyvent was really kind of our reaction to what started happening at the beginning of the pandemic in March. So everybody started noticing that, well, not just noticing, it was pretty clear through a lot of the media that there were a lot of places that just did not have enough ventilators to cover the amount of people coming in. And then very often, and very apparent with Italy, they were there was some seriously difficult decisions being made in the hospitals. And in Canada right now, even with the ICU state, we're actually getting back up to there. So a lot of kind of the deaths and kind of the danger is a lot of what we really started making us want to do something and kind of take advantage of this time to try and do something. So.
Yep. So this isn't only a pandemic scope problem. It may seem like in some parts of the world, the pandemic is starting to like fade out. Like we kind of see the light at the end of the tunnel. It depends which country, I guess. But really, there are many countries who have been struggling with ventilator shortages before the pandemic and who will struggle with them after. And really what Polyvent does to help that is we really make them more accessible, cheaper, and fully open source. So we don't patent anything. It's all available in the free domain. And well, that also drives the price down because me and Austin are volunteers and everyone on our team is, so you don't have to pay the salary of your volunteers mostly. So your ventilator price drives down, and we're not looking for any profit. We're looking for like social good. So we don't have a the price goes, we don't have exactly.
Yeah, so those are kind of some of the basic advantages of the Polyvent thing. One of the biggest things kind of at this stage in our team's efforts are the physical prototyping and the actually getting to where we have a working ventilator that can get to certification and can be used. So what we have, what we're actually together for in Ontario right now is we're doing a small prototyping session where we're just kind of combining some of the electronics that Nathaniel's been working on and the pump module, which me and some members of the team have worked really hard to get to a state where it's functional and can be used and is reliable. So this is an air pump. So this runs off of a standard motor, and this is actually the mechanism that pumps the air for the unit.
Yeah. So a large part of our system is we really want to embrace versatility in our design. The idea is that when you have an open source project, you really want everyone to take and adopt your ideas. No one's really working in an independent bubble like the private industry does. You really, why reinvent the wheel if there's 10, 15 existing ventilator teams, open source ventilator teams at this point? Why should we be fighting for who gets the top if we're reaching for a common goal? Which is why I've actually been designing the electronics for the system, and I've been trying to put them in a wider scope than only our specific machine. So I have the electronics right here. This is a custom designed box that I've been building over the past 6-ish weeks. It controls valves, motors, basically everything you need, and these can all really be adapted for different machines. So really the vision that our group has is we want to create a versatile and open blueprint for ventilators so that a country can take the machine integrate it into their well, start integrate, modify it so that they can, it works with their regulatory authorities and it works with their manufacturing methods locally. This drives down cost and really lets countries take control of their own systems.
Yeah, so how we got to this state of meeting each other, because before the pandemic, me and Nathaniel actually had never met, and we all met online. We met through the hackathons that were being held right at the beginning of the pandemic. So there was a hackathon in Montreal, and there was a big hackathon through the European Union, and we actually ended up coming second for overall design of ventilators in the European Union one, which actually led on to some further opportunities, which I think Nathaniel will explain.
So we got in was it, well, anyway, it doesn't, in October of this year, we were sent to Austria to work on that with the rest of our team, because a lot of them are overseas. So we went to the largest makerspace in Europe, which is situated in Linz. It's called the Grand Garage. And we built our prototype for 2 weeks and then presented it to the mayor of the city at the end. So yeah.
Yeah. So me and Nathaniel, we both kind of got started in designing and building things when we were young, through the proliferation of 3D printing, since which is really in the past 8 or 9 years kind of developed a lot. And the biggest thing we could say to younger people is really just to kind of follow your passion and follow what you're interested in, and really it takes a lot of action, and what you've seen with a lot of the other young people here who've done things is it's the work and the time and the effort that you have to put in. So definitely the biggest thing is you can start whenever, you can start when you're young, and with kind of the technologies that have developed since then, it's you can really it's really the bottom level to getting in has gotten very low, and if you are willing, it's very easy to get in.
So really what I started in my personal experience is that I mostly started with Arduino and 3D printing when I was around 12 or 13. I mean, of course, in the beginning, you're not going to get great results, but you just keep going through and, failure after failure. I mean, I have boxes full of projects that just didn't go anywhere, that didn't work. And I mean, I still get those all the time, and you can't really let yourself be discouraged. And that's, I mean,
well, Nathaniel's 16, I'm 18, and 3 months ago we were flown out to Austria and Linz and given resources from the city to build a prototype ventilator, and that, so it really is, if you can dedicate yourself and you really can try hard enough, it's true that you can apply yourself well enough to get somewhere. So that brings us to kind of recruitment and
so we're actually trying to build our team right now, trying to get more people on the prototyping effort. So we actually are affiliated with something called Public Invention. So if you can search that up, and if you kind of follow up on the website, there should be some information there, or that will be there soon, about a maker conference we're holding on, I believe, May 21, but I would have to double check that. That's where you're really going to get to know like our core team and really understand our vision. There's going to be, long technical discussions if you're into that kind of stuff. And it should be really interesting and fun.
Yeah, we'd also like to thank Public Invention. We just recently kind of coerced with them so that, and they've started funding our efforts to, they're a non-for-profit based in Texas in the States, and they've been really supportive of kind of the vision of Polyvent. I'd also like to thank all the other members of the team that, just couldn't be here for this today. There's been this, obviously, we have huge numbers of people contributing all the time, putting in tons of effort. We had like probably 10 or 15 people in a meeting earlier today. We're really trying to get this thing moving forwards, and it's kind of getting traction now. So we're trying to get people on board earlier so that, over time, it's harder to build people once you're kind of deeper in. So now is a really good time to try it. We're trying to just get people who are committed and really want to, put in something that could lead somewhere kind of crazy. So yeah, we'd like to thank you, Public Invention, and thanks for having us on your conference.
Are there any specific skills you're seeking in this outreach effort?
General prototyping, engineering,
There's a lot of people who have, you built your own projects. You do, just little things at home. That sort of like you build maybe an electric thing, or you're into 3D printing. You do a lot of maybe coding. We're definitely looking for software people, Arduinos, if you have experience with Arduinos, that sort of thing. Just anyone, if you could join, and we can very often find a space for people with whatever their specific talents are.
I mean, really, anyone with enthusiasm and dedication can get in. We have a lot of people ranging from, students to people with PhDs who have been there who have been in the industry for 20 years. And really, I think you really just,
it's more about
if
the
you
dedication.
dedicate yourself and care.
The dedication, and if you're willing to put yourself to it, then we can bend around and work with you to find a place where your work will be valuable.
Well, this just makes me feel so hopeful.
Yeah.
You guys have done a great job. We have a global innovation field trip every quarter. The next one is July 10th and 11th, and you come back anytime you want to give us an update, to ask for more things you need, to ask for whatever kind of support you need, just to get people talking about it, get the buzz out there. We're happy to help continue to promote what you're doing. You're doing fabulous things. I can't believe you're in high school and doing this kind of stuff. You guys are just amazing.
Yeah, no, I'm sure we'll contact you guys, and we can give you guys an update, and it never hurts to talk to people. That's the biggest thing we find is the more people you talk to, the easier it is for connections.
There's
and
not
the more
really any negative to it.
So thank you for having us on. Mostly, we really appreciate it.
You're all-star communicators, all-star collaborators from the sounds of it. And I feel very humbled to be in the same continent as you. Remind us one more time, where do we reach out to you from to learn more, or how do we learn more?
Okay, so you can, if you search Public Invention on Google, it's the first main website, and then we should have a tab there where it'll have all the information about the Poly event. Yeah, it'll have the main team members, and then it'll have all of our links and all the places we've had articles posted. It'll also, I believe, have our European Union page, our official European Union page. So it has all the resources for there. So Public Invention.
I have found it. I am going to put it into the comments on YouTube, and I will definitely be sharing it in my network as well. Unbelievable. Thank you for your commitment to making the world a better place, and your commitment to continuing to learn and grow. And I'm truly in awe. And I'm excited about seeing how Polyvent goes, and frankly, seeing what each of you also do beyond Polyvent, because I have a good hunch that you're going to change this world, and can't wait to watch some of it. So bravo. Thank you.
Thank you.
Enthusiastic tip of the hat.
Bye. Thank you, guys.
Take good care now.